I caught my wife cheating and I'm investigating. We have a 5-year-old kid as well. It all began in June when he discovered messages in which she confessed her feelings for this man. When challenged, she said that it was only an infatuation and apologized profusely. One of the things I told her was to cut contact with the man and leave the business organization they were in together. I recently discovered that he seldom goes anymore and is in risk of losing his membership. My wife had to bring in a substitute, and she will be out of the group early next week. We went to couples counseling, but it didn't work out for us even though we appear to be doing better. Because I had lost faith after this episode, I figured out her passcode and searched through her phone one night in October and discovered they were still meeting together and chatting. One of her grievances with me was that she felt she should be a mom and that I wasn't helping around the house like I should. And she was absolutely right, and I am working on those things and already doing much better. My objections to her were that I felt more like a roommate and that the passion had faded, but her response was that I was projecting my feelings onto her and that we'd never been a passionate pair, which is largely true. I had not recognized I was being cheated on until this moment, and it shattered me. We discussed it and concluded that individual therapy would be the best option because she has a lot of unresolved personal trauma from her childhood. We chose to work on it, and the results have been mixed. Things are gradually improving, and she is consulting with a therapist, and I have also signed up for therapy because I have no one to talk to due of my humiliation, shame, and fury. My faith in her is dwindling, and I'm afraid they're still communicating. I sometimes wonder if we have a good weekend or day because she made arrangements with him or they communicated. She erased his phone number, but I'm afraid Snapchat will become a new way of communication. She is a good mother, I am a fantastic father, and our home life is wonderful, but I can't continue playing second fiddle to another guy, and I also don't have firm proof of any present adultery, and I'm frightened to find it to be true. I've dropped 30 pounds as a result of the whole thing, and if I approach her about it, she's incredibly sorry and claims she still loves me. But I'm beginning to suspect that she just loves me as a father to our kid, and the ship has gone on us being partners. This is my first Reddit post, so please forgive me if it's not the typical sort of post, and I'm sure I left out a lot of stuff, but I just needed an outlet. I'm willing to guess that 90% of the comments will be that the marriage is gone, and I need to file for divorce, which scares me, especially with a small boy involved. As far as I know, just myself, my wife, her closest friend, and the other man are aware. EPDT. I addressed her with my concerns and demands. I asked that we both talk to his wife, or that I watch her write and send a Facebook message to her. I also requested that both of us communicate with our parents about our experiences. We also agreed to download a GPS app so that we could both know where we were at all times. We already had an open phone policy, which I reiterated, and she handed up hers without protest. Snapchat had been deleted, and there were no photographs or texts other than the occasional complaint to her closest friend about something I did a week or so earlier, which amounted to light venting. I also requested a postnuptial agreement that states that if either she or I is discovered cheating, the other will get full custody if we split. She was irritated by everything I threw at her, but she didn't lash out. Our main issue is that her current requirements are diametrically opposed to mine. During our reconciliation, she stated that I am always present and that she never had time to herself, which we had promised to make time for, but I had misgivings. However, my requirements are more focused on rekindling our flame and giving us more time to ourselves. We had a really good weekend as a family this past weekend, so I feel this took her off guard. She did refuse to contact anybody today, and I warned her that if she didn't, I would. I knew this was going to be a hard area since part of her therapy has been that she struggles with being told what to do and given ultimatums. She has opted to spend the night at her parents' place to collect her thoughts, while I am remaining at home with our son, despite her offer to take him. She'll be returning in the morning. Her parents live 5 minutes away, and I'm sure we'll talk again and see where this goes. I texted her mother to tell her not to push her tonight and to let her lead any conversation. To anybody else, this is incredibly weird behavior because we've never gone to bed mad and neither of us has ever gone away for the night, so I'm sure her mother is concerned. I'll provide another update when I have something new to offer. EUPDATE. Sorry for the long delay in updating. It's been a hectic week. On Tuesday morning, my wife returned home after taking all I hurled at her. The wife of the man with whom she had an affair was previously aware, and he appears to be a serial cheater. I contacted her, and she confirmed that she knew and didn't seem surprised. She informed her parents of what she had done the night she went to spend the night, but she wasn't willing to share much else, so my guard was immediately raised that she was plotting to serve me divorce papers and try to control the situation. It worried me for a few days, so I went to seek advice to prepare for what I felt was unavoidable. I checked her phone's search history and call records and discovered no divorce attorney searches or phone calls to numbers that came up as attorneys. Neither she nor I have served any papers. She had a session with her therapist yesterday. I start my own treatment on Tuesday, and she came home that night with a binder full of notes she'd been writing in her sessions for the previous 2 weeks, saying she'd been collecting her thoughts and would want to read them to me. As she went through her own healing journey, she discovered that her problems at an early age had caused her far more harm than she had previously realized, and that her reactions to certain things in our marriage confound her and make her want to go. Feelings of being judged or told what to do make her want to flee as fast as she can, which she is working on with her therapist. She stated that she has not had touch with the man with whom she had an affair for several weeks, but she periodically feels compelled to contact him. When I inquired about the GPS notion I had discussed, she stated that the sense of being watched 24 hours a day would drive her away. She admitted that she had made a potentially life-changing error and is aware of the ramifications of whatever may occur. She apologized heartfeltly and stated that she wishes for reconciliation, but realizes that if this is something we cannot survive, she will accept whatever occurs. She didn't go into why she opted to have an affair because she wanted to collect her thoughts, but she did mention something called Walkaway wife syndrome, but she didn't go into depth. She also mentioned compassion fatigue, but provided no further specifics. I Googled them to get an understanding and stated that this does not justify her cheating, to which she acknowledged but was seeking to enlighten me rather than provide an explanation. It was a terrific talk that provided me with some much-needed clarity. While of now, neither she nor I have any intentions to serve papers while we adjust to our new normal. I've shed roughly 30 pounds in a month by simply not eating. I've been in mental turmoil for over a month and have been going from concept to idea on how to handle, which has made things in the house even more chaotic. I've had no outlet for my rage, frustration, sadness, and disdain, so I'm looking forward to my first therapy appointment to begin my own recovery path. I'm not blaming myself for anything, but I'm aware that I have certain issues that will need to be addressed whether we succeed in reconciling or decide to go on. I have made significant strides in my own home life over the last month, which my wife has noticed and appreciated. I hope to continue making improvements and look forward to the next conversation my wife and I had as we go ahead into an uncertain future. As of right now, I am optimistic but cautious. Thank you again to everyone who has responded with links to other websites and words of support. I apologize for not responding to everyone, but please know that it meant a lot to me that you took the time out of your day to share your wisdom, kind words, and sympathy. Thank you for listening to the story to the end, and if you like it, please support us with a like as well as subscribe to our channel. Write in the comments what you think about the story.